It is a bizarre case captured on video. Police say this person in the surveillance video is shopping on a motorized scooter while, get this, sitting on the severed leg of a woman he's accused of murdering. And what's even worse, if it can get worse, it's not the first time.
My goodness, these disturbing details, all part of our latest episode of True Crime NYC, a new series you can now stream on Hulu or anywhere you stream Eyewitness News. So joining us here, investigative reporter Dan Krauth, to talk to us about it. I mean, you've been working on this for a while. What a disturbing case. It is, and it can get worse. You know, we cover a lot of stories, but this is one of the most unusual cases I have ever covered. Harvey Marcelin is ready to stand trial the next few weeks for the murder of Susan Layden, who is a mother originally from New Jersey. Marcelin's accused of killing her, chopping up her body, and leaving the pieces around Brooklyn, and in some of that video you saw, riding around on a motorized scooter with a severed leg underneath Marcelin. And this is just the beginning. Marcelin has a long history of violence towards women, and we put together a little sneak peek for you. Okay.
We see the foot coming out of the bag. We got something bad here.
How crazy he really must be.
Some of the things that they find, I think most people would be shocked by it. This is a treasure trove for investigators.
The craziest thing is he killed again when he was 80. I mean, who would have ever thought that?
A charming side, yes.
Why'd you kill Susan?
And a silence of the lamb side.
Wow, it's just so chilling, Dan. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
It is, and one of the reasons why we picked this case to look at is because we wanted to know, a lot of people are questioning, how was Marcelin allowed to be free in the first place?
Right.
So I literally went into the archives for this story, going back about 65 years, looking through parole board transcripts in the city archives, because back in the 60s, Marcelin was accused, actually convicted, of killing his then girlfriend in Harlem, and was sentenced to life behind bars, but shortly after being convicted, the sentencing laws changed, so they released Marcelin. Less than 2 years later, Marcelin's accused of killing another girlfriend, stabbing her to death, and leaving her body in a bag in Central Park. And then at 83 was released again. So we're looking at systematic troubles as to why someone who kept getting convicted kept getting released. And I actually sat face to face with someone who sat face to face with Marcelin, and she painted a picture for what it was like to be around Marcelin in the first place. And we can have a listen to that.
He used the word henpecked. They start to henpeck him. And when he's henpecked, basically he said all bets are off. And he also said he warns these women, and he's warned them about this other side of him. He said, I tell them, you don't want to see that side of me.
In fact, we talked to forensic psychologists. We talked to the original detective who found the body in Central Park, hunting them down to get a first-hand account. And this story has so many layers. I wrote Harvey Marcelin a letter in jail. Instead of writing me back, Marcelin called me on the phone to say she no longer goes by Harvey Marcelin, but Marceline Harvey, because at 83 years old is transitioning and now identifies as a lesbian, and has since been moved to a jail facility that houses women. So there are many layers to this story.
Wow, that's just so many different turns on this.
Wow is the right word, right?
Put in general proximity to other women?
Yes, yes. So he's
this person who we know
has a history of violence towards women, yes.
Killing them.
But that's how Marcelin identifies now, so we had to work with the experts and even how to craft this story in the first place, because Harvey Marcelin has many different stages during many different stages of life.
Well, so much to get to, so it's no surprise that you're laying this out in this new series, and you can watch the episode called The Senior Serial Killer right now on Hulu or at ABC-7 NY. There are 2 other episodes involving other solved crimes that you can watch and catch up on as well. But Dan, great work as always. I mean, I asked you before we started this conversation, how do you go home and just kind of, these are so heavy.
Yeah.
These details.
You know what I do? I go home and watch true crime episodes.
No.
I can't explain it. That's one of the reasons we're doing it in the first place. Interesting to point out, though, Marcelin has maintained her innocence in this case, but has admitted to the first 2 murders.